Jai Shri Krishna. Welcome to study of Bhagavad Gita with Dr. Atul Chokshi, Dean of Institute of Spiritual Sciences.
Namaste, everyone, and welcome to our continued study of Bhagavad Gita. So, we will be starting from the verse number 19th of the chapter 13. And the verse 19 reads, Prakrutim Purusham Cheva. Here the Lord explains Prakriti and Purusha. The terms Kshetra and Kshetragna in Sankhya system is known as Purusha and Prakriti. So the Lord uses those terms now onwards. So Lord says, Prakrutim Purusham Cheva Vidhi Anadi Ubhavapi Vikaranscha Gunascheva Vidhi Prakrutir Sambhavan. So the Lord says that word by word, that is a prakrutim purusham cheva. Prakriti means the creation, the active creation. Prakrutim and purusha, that is the soul. Prakrutim purusham cheva vidhi anadi ubhavapi. He tells to Arjuna that know that to be anadi. Anadi means beginningless. Adi means beginning. Anadi means there is no beginning. So anadi, anadi means you can go 100 years, 500 years, this was there. 5,000 years, this was there. Something which was always there is called anadi. So Purusha and Prakriti, both are anadi. Prakritim Purusham Chaiva. Vidhi anadi ubhavapi. Vikaranscha gunascha vidhi prakritir sambhavan. And whatever modifications you see happening in the Prakriti, they are related to Prakriti, but not to Purusha. So Prakriti is also known as Maya, creation, Kshetra, that undergoes modifications or changes. So, Prakritim Purusham Cheva Vidhi Anadi Ubhavapi Vikaranscha Gunascheva Vidhi Prakritir Sambhavan. Those changes are possible because of Prakriti. So Vikara means changes. Take an example. A baby is 3 years old and becomes 8 years old and then 18 years old. The changes happen in the prakriti, that happens in the body, mind, intellect. Everything belongs to prakriti. So body, mind, intellect, his liking, his tendencies, his choices, all those things keep changing, and it continues to change. So he's now 25 and he becomes a 45-year-old businessman. He will be totally different in the look, in his thinking, in his desires, in his in everything else, because we are made up of prakriti. Our body is made up of prakriti, and mind, intellect, ego, all are part of prakriti. So except Atman, which is called Purusha, everything else is Prakriti. So the changes that we observe within us, outside of us, they are because of Prakriti. Prakriti has modification. Prakriti is very active. It is very kaleidoscopic, no? While the soul doesn't change. Soul has no changes, no vikara. Vikara means changes, no vikaras. So, so and the Purusha is the one who enjoys, suffers, and witness all these things. So while going through the Prakriti, it absorbs the gunas and it has to interact with the gunas. So Sattva, Rajas, Tama iti guna Prakritir Sambhavan. These are the gunas of Prakriti. Tan Nibandanti Konteya Karma Sangena Dehinam. That involves the Purusha. So so Prakriti, its gunas will bind the soul. So, sattva rajas tama iti guna prakrutir sambhavan nibandanti, means it binds. Nibandanti mahabaho dehe dehinam avyayam. Dehe means in the body. Dehi means the soul. Dehe dehinam avyayam. It binds. So, that because of the changes in Prakriti, the things are different. Everything we see is different. All animals, all plants, all beings go through the changes. So that is called Sakar Brahman. So that is also a part of manifestation of Brahman, but it is with the shape and qualities. So that is Sakar Brahman. So that is Sakar. Whatever it has, the name and form is transient. So, Sakaram Anrutam Vidhi. That's why in Astvakra, the sage Astvakra says, Sakaram Anrutam Vidhi. Whatever has the shape and name and form, know it to be false or transient. Sakaram Anrutam Vidhi Nirakaratu Nischalam. The one which has no shape it is eternal Nischalam. Etat tattva updeshena punarjanma na sambhava. Even if we know this much, then rebirth and the cycle of birth and death stops. Means that is ultimate knowledge. So now God says there is karya karana kartutve. Further explains us karya karana kartutve hetur prakriti ruchyate. Purusha sukha dukkha nam bhoktrutve hetur ruchyate. So the changes that we see outside, that is karya karana kartutve. Karya means the product. Karana means instruments. Kartutve means a process. Karya karana kartutve hetur prakriti ruchyate, means the cause is the prakriti. So karya karana kartutve hetur prakriti ruchyate. But who is feeling it? Purusha sukha dukkhanam bhoktrutve hetu ruchyate. And Purusha is responsible, or undergoes the feelings. So he feels good, feels bad, sad, the desires, all those things are in the Purusha. So Prakriti is inert, while Purusha is a live component in our body, a live component. So these two things are make the individual. And this is true in all live beings, means beings with life. This is truth. It doesn't matter human being or a rabbit or a cow or a small insect, a small ant. They wherever there is life has these two components. So that is there is an Atman and there is a body. So Prakriti. So even a little ant has body and Atman. So the ant gets attracted to the sugar and she will go and move forward and go from first compartment to third compartment and move towards the sweetness. Why? Because there is a Purusha, because there is Atman, and so it is a complete life. So and if you obstruct the path and you put your hand across, the ant will change the direction and will go towards its goal. It will bypass the salt and pepper and everything and go towards them because there is a live component. So that is while vikarans, whatever the changes we see, that fools us, no? And we start thinking we have developed a great affinity and amalgamation with our body and created an entity called ego. So we think falsely that I am this body, intellect and mind complex. And very seldom, unless somebody guides you, We all get into that trap that we think that I'm this body. Yes, I'm Indian, I'm this body, and this is my intellect, this is my mind, these are my senses. So that is the product of false identification with the body, and that is the cause of all our miseries, all our sadness, all our attachment, all our ups and downs in life. Our identification with body, mind, and intellect. So that is karya karana kartutve hetur prakriti ruchyate. Whatever changes you see, the prakriti is responsible. Purusha sukha dukkhanam bhoktrutve hetu ruchyate. And the suffering, good, bad, whatever experiences we go through, that for that the Purusha is responsible. So Purusha is responsible. So, so Prakriti will continuously change, and it does change, and sometimes we modify it, sometimes the nature modifies it and presents as different thing. Example, so there is a big tree, and a businessman cuts the tree and moves the trunk to the factory, and then there it is cut to small pieces, and we make modification in that, and we create a table and a chair, while really it is just nothing else but wood. And in this case, we created modification. So now the same wood is now a chair, given the name chair, and it's given a name table, and with the different uses, different shapes, different sizes. So these are called vikara. And the live example we talked about is a baby going through the life. Who does those changes? Nature does it. Nature does those changes. So, but both belong to Prakriti. So the separation of body, mind, intellect, and the soul is the ultimate thing that we have to do, and and that brings, once you realize the soul residing, it brings the peace and bliss. So Astvakra, sage Astvakra tells King Janaka that yadi deha pruthakkrutya, he says that yadi deha pruthakkrutya chitti visrame tishtasi. O king, if you can move your consciousness out of the body, yadi deha pruthakkrutya chitti visrame tishtasi, Aduneva sukhi santo, bandha mukto bhavishyasi. You right away you will be happy, peaceful, blissful, and free. Means our consciousness is free. So yadi deha pruthakkrutya chitti vishrami tishtasi aduneva means right away. Aduneva sukhi santo bandha mukto bhavishyasi. Again he tells, such as that king, so he calls him Tat. Muktim ichasi chetata. He gives another guidance, how to be free. So muktim ichasi chetata. If you want to be free, my son, he calls her. Muktim ichasi chetata. Visayana visvata tyaja. All the sense object, you give it up like it is poison. Muktim ichhasi chetata visayan visvat त्यज. Kshama, daya, tos, arjavam, and satya. These five things, piyusvata bhaja. And drink these five things as a nectar. If you want to be free from today, he tells king, so it is applicable to all of us. So muktim ichhasi chetata visayan visvata, like a poison, visvata teja. Kshama arjvam, kshama means forgiveness, arjvam straightforwardness, kshama arjvam, daya, tos, santosh, and satyam, Piyusavata bhaja. These five things you adopt and follow. We don't follow any of these things, or seldom one or two things. But this is the path to mukti. So that is what a sage explains. Now, in next sloka, it says, Purusha prakriti stho hi bhunkate prakriti jan guna. Great information is in this sloka. Purusha prakriti stho hi bhunkate prakriti jan gunan karanam gunasango asya sad asad yoni janmasu. So, Purusha Prakriti Stho Hi means Purusha residing in Prakriti. Purusha Prakriti Stho Hi means only that way. Purusha Prakriti Stho Hi Bhunkate Prakritir Jan Guna. It enjoys and suffers, enjoys the gunas of the Prakriti. Karanam Gunasangosya. The moment the individual gets attached to the gunas of Prakriti, Karanam Gunasangosya Sat Asad Yoni Janmasu. And this attachment that one develops to the creation, live and stationary, the attachment that creates the sequence of birth and death. Again, Purusha Prakriti Stho Hi Bhunkate Prakritir Jan Gunan. Purusha is enjoying the creation, whatever, including food and movies and live being and everything that we enjoy, they all belong to Prakriti. Purusha Prakriti Stho, your house, your car, your wealth, your diplomas, everything. Purusha Prakriti Stho Hi Bhunkate means enjoys. Prakritir Jan Gunan. Karanam and the cause. Karanam Gunasango Asya as a attachment with these gunas, Gunasango Asya. Sad Asad Yoni Janmasu. As long as you are attached, you have contaminated your soul and it has formed imprints, and that is called Jivatman. Atman with imprints of Prakriti is called Jivatman, and that is the cause of your birth in the different species, different situations, and that is the reason. No? So now, who keeps a track of it? So God explains. Speaker. Yeah. Okay. So the next sloka, who keeps the track of what we are doing in the whole life? So God explains, Updrasta anumanta cha bharta bhokta maheshwara parmatme cha piyuktam dehe asmin purusha para. Very important, lovely sloka. Updrasta means observer. Updrasta. Anumanta means permitter. Anumati. Anumanta cha. Bharta, bhokta. Bharta means maintainer. Bhokta means enjoyer. Bharta, bhokta, Maheshwara. Paramatme chapi yuktam. He is called Paramatma. Paramatme chapi yuktam. Dehe asmin purusha para. And that Paramatma is residing in you. So there are two components. One is our Atman, and second one is Paramatman. These two go together since the beginning of time. So that Paramatma or higher soul, lower soul interacts with the world. The higher soul is just observing and recording and is moving with you. So he is called Updrasta. Drasta means observer. Updrasta means very closely observer. Prefix up means closely observing. He's not that say, okay, just do whatever you want in the world. No, he's closely observing you. Updrasta, he gives you anumati. He's maintaining you. He's running your show. He's running your heart and breathing and life and metabolism and everything. So And he is the one who keeps track of all that you do, all your intentions with which you do, and depending upon what you do, good or bad, as you are awarded and you are subject to suffering or enjoyment of those karmas. So, so this is very important. Rudrashta Anumanta cha. He says that I give you permission, you don't listen to me. That's the problem. No, uh, so in case if you are going to do something, God says, don't do it. No, it's not worth doing. Means what we call conscious. That's what it is. That's conscious, and then we still overcome it because of our greed or our ego. That no, no, I want it to know. This is the way the world moves, and that's what I'm going to do. But your conscience said, don't do it. Don't do a fraud with the bank. No, you know that it is not good. It will put you in trouble. Don't do it. And still we go and do it. Say, okay, I will get away and I'll get millions. So that is that one voice, inner voice is called Udrasta or Anumanta, Bharta, Bhokta, Maheshwara Paramatma Yuktam Dehe Asmin Purusha Para. Once you know this, you have realized God. So Paramatmanam Natva Paramatma Bhavati, Kevalya Upanishad. The one who understands Paramatma and has no doubt, Paramatman Gnatva Paramatma Bhavati, you become God. That is a Brahmavit Brahmeva Bhavati, another Vakya, no, from scriptures. Whoever knows Brahman, understands Brahman, realize, becomes Brahman. No? So that is as a the rewards are fantastic. You know, rewards are fantastic. Process is not that difficult also, but we never focused on it. That's what scripture says. If you focus, you will be fine. So now you understand what is individual soul, what is Paramatma, and what is creation. Everything is creation except the soul and Paramatma. So my intellect is creation, my hand is part of Prakriti, my mind is part of Prakriti, this table is part of Prakriti, you name it, everything is Prakriti. Only thing life is Atman and Paramatma is accompanying that. So Asmin Dehe, in this body, Asango I am Purusha. Another Mahavakya that is a great teaching of Vedas. Asango, Asmin Dehe, in this body, Asango Ayam Atma, the unattached soul is there. That is your true nature. And once we know that, we are fine. And that Mundaka Upanishad famously described as two birds residing there. And so that is Dva Suparna Sayuja Sakhaya. There are two birds living on a tree of life, means in your body. Yes, Dva Suparna Sayuja Sakhaya. Samanam Vruksham Parisasvajet. Tayor Anya, of that one, Pipala Swadatu is enjoying everything in the world. Tayor Anya Pipalam Swadvati means it's tasting everything, wants to enjoy, wants to have a good time. Ansan Anyo and the other bird, Ansan Anyo Avichaksati, and another bird, which is Paramatma, is watching. Okay, my friend, what are you doing? You were in a mess, now you got out, you are enjoying, you are wasting your time, you are going through. Means one lower soul is getting involved and entangled in Prakriti from childhood to the death. And the upper soul, which is Paramatma, is just observing. So Dva Suparna Sayuja Sakhaya Samanam Bruksham Parisasvajet Tayor Anya Pipala Swadati. Means it's testing. Ansan Anyo, another one is not getting involved. Ansan means he's fasting, he's watching. Ansan Anyo Avichaksati, he is observing. So once we know this, we are done. So that another super soul or higher soul is our true nature. Sivoham, Sivoham. That when we say that, that is we are talking about upper soul. The lower soul is our I. That I have a house and I have 5 diplomas, and that I is the lower self, which has made friendship with the mind, intellect, and body. There's lower self, the higher self is observer, observer. So that is the true nature. That is true nature. Once we know it, then we are done. So, that's what God explains different ways. And he says in the 5th chapter, Sarva karmani manasa sanyasaste sukham vasi navadvare pure dehi neva kurvanna karayan. Word by word. Sarva karmani manasa, all your activities. Sarva karmani manasa, through your mind. Sarva karmani manasa. Sanyasaste sukham vasi, just dedicate to me, sukham vasi, and live happily. Sarva karmani manasa. Sanyasaste sukham vasi. Navadvare pure dehi, in this body with 9 gates. Navadvare, as pure dehi, neva kurvanna karyan. And you will feel that you are not doing anything, and you become peaceful. When you dedicate everything to God. So sarva karmani manasa sanyasaste sukham vasi navadvare pure dehi neva kurvan. For him there is no work. Neva kurvan na karyan. Means whatever he does is his free will he does. Nothing is he is not compelled by any desires, anything or any cause that he has to do, because he has realized this higher knowledge, higher knowledge. So that is the truth, and this truth is hidden. That is the problem. And God says, "Na kartutvam na karmani lokasya srujati prabho na karma phala sanyogat svabhavastu pravartate." God is not assigning the work. Na kartutvam na karmani lokasya srujati prabho means God does not create this. न कर्तृत्व न कर्माणि लोकस्य सृजति प्रभु न कर्मफल संयोगात स्वभावस्तु प्रवर्तते, nor he is distributing the fruit of action. This is all done by prakriti. By prakriti. Na adate kasyachit. This comes in 5th chapter. Na adate kasyachit papam na cha sukrutam vibhu. He doesn't care about whether you are doing right or wrong. Na adate kasyachit papam na cha sukrutam vibhu. Agnanen avrutam gnanam en muhanti jantava. Because of our ignorance, agnanen avrutam gnanam, that knowledge that is soul and super soul are functioning through the body, we do not understand. Agnanen avrutam gnanam en muhanti jantava. Because of these, all these creatures, he calls creatures, jantava. We are also creatures. No, we are two-legged creatures. There are four-legged creatures. There are all kinds of creatures. So we are all come under that category. So once we know the functioning and the truth of creation, then you are free, and that is called gnana. So य एवं वेति पुरुषम प्रकृतिम च गुणेश सर्वथा वर्तमानोपि न स भूयो अभिजायते. That's the next sloka. That is verse number 23rd. य एवं वेति पुरुषम, the one who knows thus Purusha and Prakriti. Ya evam veti Purusham Prakritim cha Gunesa Sarvatha Vartmano api. Means even if he is doing everything and roaming in this world, Sarvatha Vartmano, na sa bhuyo abhijayate. He is never going to take another birth. Why? Because he has realized the ultimate truth, ultimate knowledge, ultimate realization, and he is now released. So that is the ultimate knowledge. Yeah. So Then in the next verse, God says how you will get it, or how he shows the process. So the verse number 24 says, Dhyanen Atmani Pashyanti. How do you realize this? So Dhyanen Atmani Pashyanti, Kechid Atmani Atmana, Anye Sankhyen Yogena Karma Yogena Chapare. Now he shows the four ways we all know about. Dhyanen Atmani Pashyanti. Some people with meditation, Dhyanen Atmani Pashyanti. Kechid Atmani Atmana, by lower self, he is observing the higher self, means Astanga Yoga, our Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Dhyanen. So Dhyanen Atmani Pashyanti, Kechid Atmani Atmana, Anye Sankhyan Yogena, means some by knowledge, the Gnana Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, Karma Yogena Chapare, and others by Karma Yoga. So Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Dhyan Yoga, Gnana Yoga. These are the different paths by which one realizes the higher self using mind and intellect and of course, our Ichha Shakti and Kriya Shakti. So you pick up the path that your inclination is, whatever way. Every one of us have different choices, different inclination, because we are all different. So it does not matter which path you take. All of them will lead you to the knowledge. So these are the different paths. It's like you want to go on the third floor, and there is a flood and there is a disaster going on. You can go and run on the stairs. You can take an elevator and run. You can climb, put a ladder and climb and go to third floor. It doesn't matter, but you get to go to the your highest goal. So the same way, different paths you will get. And the same thing, Patanjali Yoga Sutra says that we did that 139, that is in the first chapter we said, Yatha Abhimata Dhyanatva. Just this much. Yatha means whatever suits you, whatever is your inclination, whatever you love. Yatha Abhimata Dhyanatva. Whatever you decide and you choose and you like, take that path, but move forward, and go from lower self to the upper self. So in the next verse it says, Annete tum ajanata. Some people are unfortunate and do not have enough circumstances or intellect or education to go through all this. So anye te tu avajananta srutva anye bhi upasate. They also can realize these. You don't have to be a pandit or a learned man. अन्ये ते तो अजानंता श्रुत्वा अन्ये भी उपासते. Listening from other people means the other master, just listening from that, trusting what the master is telling. Only by listening they can attain the highest and go beyond the birth and death cycle. So word by word, anye Tvam ajananta means those who cannot understand easily or did not have circumstances, like as Srutva anye bhi upasate, listening from realized souls, gurus, anye te Srutva anye upas, te api cha atitaran, they also will cross this life and attain to the highest. Evam mrutyum shruti parayana, and they will go beyond death, means death birth cycle, they will go beyond, because they are dedicated to the highest words of Shruti or Veda. Shruti Parayana means they are so. Example, my mother and her devotee friends were not educated. They had a minimal education, 7th, 8th grade. They were not masters. But they were so dedicated to understand this ultimate truth, they attended these lectures by great Swamis like Dongareji Maharaj and Punit Maharaj, and this is great souls of that time who were doing nothing else but giving these lectures and discourses very often to hundreds of people, and they will steadily go multiple times, listen and realize. So you don't have to be a Sanskrit scholar or a professor or educated. So that is Shruti Parayana Anyate Jana. Very beautiful. And then Yavat Sanjayate Kinchit Sattvam Sthavara Jangamam Kshetram Kshetri Sanyogat Tad Vidhi Bharatarsava. Whatever you see, Arjuna, Yavat Sanjayate, whatever you see, as long as you in the creation, whatever is born is created. Sattvam Sthavara Jangama, moving and non-moving. Sthavara means steady, established thing. And Jangama means moving property, non-moving creation. Whatever you see is made up of Kshetra and Kshetragna. Tad Vidhi Bharatarsava. Arjuna, understand that. And try to realize your higher soul through your lower soul, means your lower assets, which are intellect, mind, and power of your body and willpower. So using that, ascend and go to the higher soul. So that is what we ought to do. And because the Purusha and Prakriti have amalgamated very tightly, that is called samsara. When you dissociate these two, that you separate out Prakriti and Purusha, that is called moksha. Because these two things are woven since birth and we did not ever made effort to separate them out, you separate your soul or your live element and separate the creation, that is a non-live element. You separate that out, that is called mukti. You subject yourself and you never try, and normally you will be dragged down steadily by the attractions of the world, and your mind complying with those attraction, your intellect justifying that, and you will keep going down unless you make an effort through the masters and through the scriptures to go upwards. The normal direction will be like water goes down, you will go down and waste all your life as well as all your assets, and be you will be a loser. That's what it says. So sanyoga means combination is sansara, viyoga means separation is mukti. But this knowledge is extremely important. Without knowledge, no matter what rituals you do, you will not attain to the salvation or mukti or freedom. As a freedom. So that is very important for us to know. Now, in the next verse, the 27th verse, God says, Samam sarvesu bhuteshu tistantam parameshwaram vinasyatsu vinasyantam yapasyati sapasyati. Means in all beings, equally present. Samam means equal. Samam sarvesu bhuteshu, in all beings. Human being, animal being, everywhere. Samam sarvesu bhuteshu tistantam parameshwara, knowing that that master is sitting in all of them, in a little ant, a little doggy, little rabbit, little everything. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tistantam parameshwaram vinasyatsu avinasyantam, the one which is destructible, in which undestructible as indestructible thing is hiding, that is Atman. Vinasyatsu, among things that are perishable, avinasyantam, which is non-perishable, yapashyati sapashyati, the one who understands, one who sees that, that is the seer. Again, samam sarveshu bhuteshu, you have to do for 100 times. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parmeshwar. Vinasyatsu avinasyantam yapasyati sapasyati. The one who sees that he is the seer, he is a realized soul. And then now it says, samam pasyan hi sarvatra, samam avyastitam iswaram, na hinasyantam atmana atman tato ati parangati. The one who sees that does not waste his assets. Samam pashyan hi sarvatra, samam avasthitam ishwaram, he has realized that. Na hinasyantam atmana atmanam, he does not damage himself, nor he damages somebody else. Na hinasyantam atmana atmanam, tato vyati param gatim, and thus he has found the direction and gets the ultimate realization. So samam pasani sarva, samam avasthitam iswaram. Then samam pasyanti as samam pasyanti sarvatra samam avasthi iswaram na hinasyanti atman. This is the same thing. So now God gives a great detail. Prakrutev cha karmani kriyamanani sarvasa. Yapasyati tatha atmanam akartaram sapasyati. Great detail. So, prakrutev cha karmani. All activities happen because of interactions of Prakriti. Prakrutev cha karmani kriyamanani sarvasa. All activities. One who sees that yapasyati tatha atmanam akartaram, your soul is inactive and just a witness, providing the power. It just provides the power. Yapasyati tatha atmanam akartaram sapashyati is the same. Means I am not the doer is Prakriti. Sometimes this is not clear. Then, no, what do you mean I'm not the doer? Yes, you are not the doer. Just think, my friend. So apparently it looks you are the doer. So same shloka comes before in the second chapter. So prakrutyev cha karmani kriyamanani sarvasa. There it says ahankar vimud atma kartamiti manyate. The man with the ego thinks that he is the doer. That is earlier God taught this, that everything happens by the gunas of Prakriti, interactions of Prakriti. But the man with ego thinks that I am the doer. So Prakrutev Chakram, here he says, Prakrutev Chakarmani Kriyamanani Sarvasa Yapasyati, the one who sees that, Tatha Atmanam Akartaram, and the soul is a non-doer, soul is not easy. It just provides it's like a light, it provides the light. What you do with the light, you read Bhagavad Gita or you do a forgery, light has nothing to do with that. So similarly, soul remains as a witness, soul remains as a power which provides power to intellect, to mind, and to senses, and everything happens under that power, influence of that power, and we falsely think that we are the doers. So prakrute chakarmani kriyamanani sabya pasyati tatha atmaram akartaram sapashyati. So that is so it is the ego which falsely makes you think that you are the doer, you are fully in control, you are in charge. All those things are because of the falsification of our consciousness, which has made tight friendship with the body, mind, and intellect. And that's why we started thinking, I am the doer, I am the enjoyer, I am the ultimate boss. So that is one who can separate it out and understand that he is called Gnani. Otherwise, we are regular human being. Just continue with whatever you are doing. Go up, down, get bruised, and get old and die. So God says that that is your choice. No? यदा भूत पृथक भावम एकस्थम अनुपश्यति ततएव च विस्तारम ब्रह्म संपद्यते तदा. In this 30th verse, God says, Yada bhuta pruthak bhavam, when you see one real Atman or Paramatman, Yada bhuta pruthak bhavam, different beings. Pruthak means different. Yada tada sloka. Yada means when. When you see these life principle, this God principle in everyone, Yada bhuta pruthak bhavam ekastham anupasati. Tataiva cha vistaram brahma sampadete tada. And when you understand that from one reality, everything else has come, that time you are Brahmagnani. Yada bhuta pruthak bhavam ekastham anupasati. Tata evacha vistaram. Whose vistara? Paramatma's vistaram. Is his creation, his empire. Vistaram. Brahma sampadete tada. That time he will realize Brahman. Means he becomes Brahmagnani. Brahmagnani. And yes, so that is what we all want to be. Why? Because that's where there is all the bliss and peace and complete satisfaction and makes you fearless and merges with God. Next verse 31 verse says anaditvat nirgunatvat paramatma avyaya sarirasthopi kontiya na karoti na lipyate. This soul which is beginningless, which is so minute, which does not get tainted, does not get affected sir, it gets everything done, but it does not get entangled. Sarirastho means though established in the body, konte na karoti na lipyate. It does not do and it does not get contaminated. Lipyate means smeared or contaminated. So because Atman doesn't get contaminated, God told from the beginning, Atman is part of Brahman. So Brahman or Paramatman and Atman have the same qualities. What are those qualities? Nirakar, and everything ni. Nirakar and Nirvikar and Nischala, Nisanga, Niranjana. All these are qualities of Master or Atman. So there are 9 qualities of these. So that is, and then now he gives the simile. Yatha sarvagatam soksmayat akasam न लिप्यते सर्वत्र अवस्थितो देहे तथा आत्मा न उपलिप्यते. Gives the analogy. So that like the ether, the space doesn't get contaminated by everything happening within it, same way Atman, though residing in the body, does not get affected. Yatha sarvagatam soksmyat, because of it is being so subtle, akasam na lipyate, the space does not get affected. There is a California fire, you can make a garden, it does not get away. You may put a garbage pile, it does not get affected. Nothing will affect the space. Similarly, nothing will affect Atman, though it is residing in the body. Yatha sarvagatam soksmyat आकाशम न लिप्यते सर्वत्र अवस्थितो देहे तथा आत्मा न उपलिप्यते. Similarly, now he says यथा प्रकाशयते के. Another example, how that minute Atman is doing all these tricks. Size of Atman is so minute. This scripture says the tip of the hair, 100 part you do, And that one part you make another 100 part, that much is the size of Atma. It's most minuscule, very tiny principle. And physicists describe that as God particle, because beyond that you cannot cleave it any further. And that is called God particle. We discussed one time. Our scientists had found that, Satyendra Bose, who was a co-worker with Einstein. That's why it's called Bose particle, boson particle, or God particle. And he was from the University of Dhaka when the India was, when Bangladesh were one, no? And from that university. So yatha prakati Krishna loga. And the next one he says yatha prakasayati ki Krishnam lokam imam ravi kshetram kshetri tatha Krishnam prakasayati Bharat. Another example is like the sun sitting thousands of miles away makes everything visible on the planet. Similarly, the soul residing in the body makes whole body active, receptive, functioning, and everything. When that tiny particle goes away, the whole thing shuts down. So here he gives example like yatha prakasati krishnam lokam imam ravi. Whole creation is lighted with one sun, God. Kshetram kshetri tatha krishnam. Similarly, the soul lights up the whole body and its functioning. See what I'm saying? And the last verse, the God says that kshetra kshetra gayorevam. अंतरम ज्ञान चक्षुषा भूत प्रकृतिर मोक्षम च te viduryanti te param. When one understands with the gnana chakshu, means with the eyes of knowledge. So like you become a doctor, you have eyes of a medical person. So you see the things which normal people don't see. Physicist sees the things which we don't see. Computer engineer sees the things which we don't see. Similarly, Gnani sees the things which are not perceptible by other people unless you make effort. So, kshetra kshetra gayorevam, these two separation, antaram, that difference, gnana chaksusa, bhuta prakrutir moksham cha, which will liberate you, bhuta prakriti. From the creation, as a individual entity, it will liberate you. Bhuta prakrutir moksham. Moksha means liberation. Ye viduranti te param. The one who knows that, they will attain to the ultimate God realization. So with the knowledge about the soul, knowledge about the body, knowledge about all these slokas we did, one who sees this clearly, he will get liberated from the clutches of the Prakriti and will be a liberated soul. So he will know clearly, like a day and night, that I am a pure soul, I am not this body. He does everything, but he remains a witness and not affected by the outcome of the activities and the power of the Prakriti. So that is the last verse of this chapter. A very important chapter, demands a lot of thinking, and it's very nice. I hope you liked it. Thank you. Any question you can ask.
That when you say that, how do you separate your conscious from your body? Because ultimately, the whole um, nutshell game is that we are misconception that we take body as our identity. That I am the body, not the pure Atman. And with that, you also say, giving example of sage Astavakra, that all Vishayoko you take as a wish jar, and separate them. And also, you give five different things that if you apply that in your life, like Shama, Daya, Soch, Satya, and Ajvam, that adaptation of those things will help you to separate yourself from the consciousness, as a body from that. And ultimately, you made 2 points which really triggered me here, that even though we are a part of Paramatman, Atman, as Atman, but we are at the lower level of soul whereby the Prakriti is affecting us.
Yes.
And Prakriti is affecting us because of Trigunas and Mayas, all
Yes.
the
Yes.
created by that. And ultimate our goal is that lower soul of ours, we call Atman, needs to merge with higher soul of Paramatman, keeping the creation separate.
Yeah. So once you get the knowledge and you start taking the steps, we
Mm.
start with the baby steps, and
Mm.
then you reach the ultimate truth. The problem came because of avidya.
Yeah,
Remember, you remember those five
wrong
upstairs?
knowledge, wrong knowledge.
Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Dvesha, Vinivesh. These
Mm.
five obstacles, these
Kleshas.
five kleshas. These five kleshas, out of that, Avidya is the greatest master. Ring master is Avidya. The things which are unreal, we thought it is real. Which is unsteady, we thought it's steady. What's a source of pain, we thought a source of fun.
Mm.
All that wrong knowledge is the cause of our suffering and our existence. So what do? You supplement it with the right knowledge and reverse the process. So
Mm.
once you reverse the process, you see the Astokra gave five things, and if you
Yeah.
follow that, you will be the greatest human being. No, so that be straightforward. The Kshama, that's the highest virtue. Kshama, Arjvam, Daya, Tosh, and Satyam.
Yeah.
Santosh, if you're contented, one of them can take you to the highest peak. If you are contented, you are done with the world, no? Contented.
Yeah. That is good.
So these five things, that's why he put these five things and say, okay, he tells to king, who has
Janaka.
everything, King Janaka, that my son, if you want to be free, just follow these five and give up the sensory things like it is a poison, and consume these five things as if it is a nectar, no? And you will be done.
Very well said. Very
No,
well.
and these are absolutely real. There is no doubt. No, I don't see any doubt there. No, because you go word by word, these word of Lord Krishna, everything will be bright and come to your consciousness, and there is no higher truth than that. No, it is highest truth.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we never spend 5 minutes for this. That is the thing. We studied history, physics, trigonometry, and science, and all those things. So your time ran out. Few
That
are
is true.
few are
That is
few are
true.
lucky, and now we are sitting and doing it. And I'm sure that you are all getting benefit. And one by one, this thing becomes very clear. And then you don't want to give it up. No.
Yeah.
Then you don't want to give it up. No, nobody wants to go knowingly in a mud and a mess. If you know that this path is very bad and dirty, you don't want to go. So that's till then you are lost.
Yeah. Very well said. Anyone has any other question pertaining to the class or anything regarding Gita class?
Feel free to ask, no problem. No, this is
Where is Malaji?
Manoj, why anything?
Everybody's looking for Malaji.
Last time you asked some question, I don't remember what it was, but it clarified so many things. I was thinking about it later on. I said, okay, well, so true. So that is called satsang. You ask, that will bring knowledge. You answer, it will bring knowledge. And we don't follow any other textbook, only textbook, masterpiece. And there is nothing better than that. Somebody sent a video, no, that how great is India, and that Naresh Chandra sent that. Such a beautiful truth. that 10,000 years old civilization, nothing happened to it. And they give the example of 9 other civilizations. They are you can't find
Abolished. Trace of it.
even a piece. Why? Because that's based on satya. Satyameva jayate na anrutam. These words came 5,000 years ago and still verbatim correct. Satyameva jayate na anrutam. Only Satya will survive, not falsehood.
That is true.
And we are fortunate to be the inheritance. We have this such a great
Treasure.
scripture and treasure and somebody I was talking to, they want to do something. I said, you want to make movies? No, make movies about these things, these teachings, make it in mainstream. Instead of just bringing some useless things.
Right, absolutely true.
Yes. No, I said, I'm with you. If you do it, I will give whatever I have.
I think let's hire son of Dr. Savita ji, and let's get something on that. We can make multimedia things on that.
Yes, there's a lot of things. I was
Yeah.
talking to Dr. Bakshi's son. No, he's also very nice young man. He's in the movies and all this. And Dr. Bakshi is no, he's a great soul, no, and
Yeah.
with a lot of power and lot of
He's
dedication to
coming
the
here.
nation.
He was going to come here, remember?
Yes, but he says that Dr. Chokshi, I've said so many nasty things about president. Because that's truth, he's a very, very, very
I tell him
good.
not to come, he'll be in trouble.
Yeah, so I said okay. But that is true, but such great people are there, those who want
Yeah.
to do something. Any other questions? No. Yes, Jagdish bhai, any addition? Your comments? There are people with lot of knowledge and
I like to say thank you. I am enjoying whatever you have.
enjoying. Yes,
It's so
yes.
beautiful, so beautiful. I am so
You,
happy. This, all these learned people and everybody is sharing all this thought, like
yes,
whatever you mentioned, like satsang. So this is
Yeah.
satsang. That's satsang. Word satsang comes with is movement towards the sat. Is sat
Yeah.
sangha. Finding out sat, talking about sat, knowing about sat. That is called sat sang. Satsangatve nisangatvam nisangatve nirmohatvam nirmohatve nischala chittam nischal chatte jivan mukti. Shankaracharya. Next time we are going to do Shankaracharya ji, we will include all these things, and we'll spend a lot of time. That is.
You have so much depth and so much all this experience and
Yeah.
your life.
Pardon?
You have so much things to share with all people. Yes.
Yeah, whatever I find good, I memorize that. That's it. And the one you find good, then it becomes part of you, and then it helps you, and I have nothing else to do anyway, So now,
No, but still,
which
we
is
really appreciate all that. You work hard to put everything
and
pieces
for
together.
some reason I get an urge to share with others,
Yeah.
and I think hopefully somebody will
Yeah.
listen or so. And Ashok ji is editing it so
Oh,
nicely.
beautiful.
But I hope people will see, because this is not a commodity which has a monetary value, So people don't spend 1 minute, still there are lots of people listen to it, and it will benefit people. So
It's very
God says you
we
do
appreciate
it,
your efforts.
and rest of the things you leave it up to me.
Surrender to me.
Yes.
I enjoy the explanation at the bottom of this page.
You enjoy, right, Ajay?
Very good. Yes.
Yes,
It makes it easier.
yes. No, the simple examples make it very, very clear.
Yeah. I
See,
like it.
you watch the baby growing, just you will see the Prakriti, that is Prakriti.
Yeah.
The modifications that happen so slowly, that is Prakriti. A 25-year-old man has nothing common with a 5-year-old child. And 65-year-old man has nothing common with a teenager. Everything changed, because that
That's
is,
right.
and that change in the body, in the mind, in the intellect, liking, values, everything, that is Prakriti. That is Prakriti. And to dissociate with that, and he says, okay, it is floating. No, this is like a liver. But I am an Atman, so I am Atman and nothing else but Atman. Vivekananda ji said that, you just keep doing it, you will come to the conclusion.
Thank you very much.
Very welcome, very welcome.
I think one more thing I want to point out, which you said, that what makes you do things even though your conscious has prohibiting you is because of your own ego and greed, because they are taking over.
Yeah, it's greed.
Hmm.
It's greed which drives your limited consciousness, which is ego. So that greed, God says the answer there. Kam esha krodh esha rajo guna samudbhavam. Your desire, Arjuna, calm is, and your anger is the cause of your fall. Arjuna asked that how come God we helplessly succumb? He says that time God says, Kam esh krodh esh rajo guna samudbhavam mahasano mahapapam vidhi enam hi verinam. Know them to be your greatest enemy.
Yeah,
Jealousy and greed are two very
Yes.
bad.
it is.
But once you know, you don't want to go on that side.
Yeah.
You know that this is destructive. Why do I have to become jealous? No, just yes, you become beautiful. I mean, virtuous. Just that if somebody got 10 million lottery, the God is so kind to him and his karma. God is bestowing that. I'm very happy for him. Where is the jealousy?
Yeah.
I am happy because I see the hand of God in that. And if I get it, okay, God, you are giving me reward of something that I did in the past. So you don't become arrogant also. that I got a lottery of $10 million now. So everything when you involve God, you don't become jealous,
Oh.
you don't become arrogant, and you become better and better every single day. And for real, it is not. This is not. It's they say spirituality is palpable. It will give you result in your hand. That's what this all master said, that I can show you God. As when Bhagwan Ramakrishna says, Naren, I can show you God like you see me.
Yeah.
What it meant, that no, you will have no doubts left. And Swami Vivekananda had no doubts left after he spent 7 8 years with Bhagwan Ramakrishna. No?
Yeah. Very true.
I'll ask you, not ask you, Dr. Chokshi, make me think about, you mentioned higher level soul and lower level soul, Atma and Paramatma, they are inside you.
Yes.
And you give an example of the two birds. So I
Yes,
started,
that is Mundaka Upanishad, very famous. No? Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, and then the thought came to my mind is that if the Paramatma is observing you and lower Atma is the one which is doing all the action and everything. But Paramatma is observing you. Now, if your Atma is doing something wrong, why can't the higher soul, Paramatma, stop you? Because he's only observing it. He's not taking any action.
No,
So action from
he
intellect.
tells he tells you don't do it. That's your conscience. No, don't do it.
But
You
you
get
agree.
angry. You say no, that's not good for you. No, Premji, that's not good for you. You're cheating. That's not good for you. And you still say no. What can I do? I'm used to it. No, I cannot get rid of it. No. So
So that's the conscious.
Yes, that's conscious. What we call conscious, my conscious does not agree. My gut feeling, my conscious, my atma, मेरा आत्मा नहीं मानता है. No, nobody says मेरा mind नहीं मानता है, मेरा आत्मा नहीं माना नहीं मानता है. No, so means that is the real voice of God which is seated in the heart. So everybody says मेरा दिल नहीं कहता है. No, कोई नहीं बोलता है मेरा mind नहीं कहता है. No.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Mind is a tricky thing. Mind is a tricky thing. Intellect is also a tricky thing. It's better, but it is still tricky. Yes. So we can contaminate mind totally. We can contaminate intellect totally, but we cannot contaminate our soul. So these things get contaminated, and then we justify. We justify that. Why not?
The soul you cannot see.
Soul you cannot cheat.
Interesting.
You see the space. Akash, you cannot see Akash. You can see Jal, you can see fire, but you cannot see Akash. It's just totally empty.
Yes.
Infinity.
Yes, it's very, very subtle, so subtle. But when you keep meditate means you keep thinking about this, the answers keep coming and coming on its own, and then that's why God left these books for us, no? He says
It's
he left the
also
scriptures, and he keeps sending the saints all the time. He says there are plenty of saints, at all times. Not that the world is now full of crooks. No, there are good people. No.
the soul you cannot see. You also don't know how old is a soul, right? It's
Pardon?
eternal.
Yeah, Anadi.
Yeah.
Anadi.
What
Yeah.
Right? Soul you cannot see, but you don't know how old is a soul. Like, is it 100
No,
years?
it is anadi. No.
Okay.
Nirguna, nischala, nirvikara, nisanga, nirvikara, niranjana. All ni. That nine ni, that is Atman. That nine ni is Paramatma.
Yep.
Same thing.
you can see it's a Satchit Ananda. Omnipresent.
Satchidananda. Yeah.
Satchidanand. No, that's why we will do the Atma Satkam. No, Shivoham Shivo.
Shiva.
So that is the ultimate good, the ultimate knowledge. न मे द्वेष रागो न मे लोभ मोहो मदो नेव मे नेव मात्सर्य भावा न धर्मा न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्ष चिदानंद रूपा शिवो.
Shivo. Yep.
I think we are
अहम
getting late now.
निर्विकल्पो निराकार रूपो विभुर्वाप्य सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणाम सदा मे समत्वम न मुक्तिर्न बंध चिदानंद रूपा शिवोहम शिव.
Oh, Shiva.
In the last verse, he gives the answer. Who are you then? Aham nirvikalpo nirakar rupo vibhurvapya sarvatra sarvendriyanam sadame samatvam na muktirna bandha chidananda. I have no bondage, I have nothing, no, I have nothing to, I'm free already. No, I did not know that I'm
Niramananda
Sivo.
Shivoham.
Yes.
I think we are getting late now. We should.
All right. Okay.
All right.
So I think
We are retired people, so.
going to work tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Enjoying this every single moment. How you can
What's that?
You are enjoying this every single moment.
Yeah,
How
I'm
you
enjoying it. Even if you are not there in the screen, I'm doing it on my own anyway. Not only on Wednesday, every day. So that
I
is
just
it.
want to remind everybody, those who are coming for this Saturday to go to Robbinsville, please be there at the temple by 8:30. We want to leave by 9 a.m. So please arrive by 8:30 in the morning. All
So
right?
as any of you, even if the last moment you come to, on Saturday, that is fine. No, you let me know.
No, let us know ahead of time, Dr. Chokshi, because we have a
Yes.
bus. We have limit in the bus, so
Yeah.
we actually got 2 more people today. So I think
Yes,
we have room
good.
for 1 or 2 maximum more.
Yes, that's good.
Anyway, thank you. So we'll recite our shloka.
Yes.
Yeah.
Om Purnamada
Mother.
Purnamidam
Namaram Purnamada
Purnat Purnamudachyate
Purnamudachyate
Purnasya
Nasya Purnamada
Purnmadaya Purnmeva
Purnamavayasishyate
Vashishyate Om
Om
Shanti
Shanti Shanti
Shanti Shanti.
Om